In this video, we're going to look at, or at least start to look at, the process of respiration and compare respiration and photosynthesis. So as a review, remember, all cells must be able to get and use energy. And that photosynthesis, the reactants are carbon dioxide, water, and energy, and the products are glucose and oxygen. So what's ATP? ATP is going to be really important in this whole discussion. And ATP is going to be the energy currency for the cell. So I think of ATP kind of like money. If, as a human being, we need to get anything or do anything, we have to pay money for it. For cells, if they want to be able to get any reactions done or anything like that, they pay for it in ATP. So cash is money to get stuff. ATP is energy to do stuff. So what's ATP made of? It's actually a nucleotide like the ones that make up DNA. But the difference is it has 3 phosphates. And we use the base A, or adenosine. So this is what it looks like. It looks just like that nucleotide, except we've added 2 phosphates to it. And it only has the base A. So how does it work? Well, ATP stores energy in those phosphate bonds. Because remember, bonds can store energy. And when we break them, we can release it. So when it breaks off those phosphates, it can release energy that can then be used by various cellular processes. So for example, here we have our ATP molecule. This is where the energy is stored. Let's say we break off one of those phosphates. That releases energy that can then be used for things like enzymes. Because remember, enzymes lower the activation energy, but they still need a little bit of energy to get the reaction started. So ATP is what gives that energy. So what's cellular respiration? Basically what we're doing is we're going to take food, in this case glucose, remember that's what we made in photosynthesis, and we're going to break it down to make energy in the form of ATP. So remember, these are energy transformations. And so in this case, we're going from the chemical energy that's in glucose to what we're going to call cellular energy in ATP. Because cells can't use glucose directly, but they can use ATP. I kind of think about it like stocks and cash. Stock is worth money, but you can't pay for things with it. But if you transform that stock into money, now you can go and pay for stuff. So here's the full equation, or the general equation for respiration. So we're taking glucose and oxygen, and we're making carbon dioxide, water, and ATP. So if you notice, this is essentially the exact opposite of photosynthesis. Plants were taking in carbon dioxide, water, and energy, and producing glucose and oxygen. We're doing the exact opposite. So when we look at these together, photosynthesis is using energy to make glucose. Respiration is breaking down glucose to make energy in the form of ATP. Photosynthesis is using carbon dioxide and water. Respiration is losing carbon dioxide and water. We are breathing that out. And then in both cases, oxygen is either is used in respiration and a waste product in photosynthesis. So who does respiration? All living things. This is very important. Even plants, even things that do photosynthesis. Every living thing does respiration. Because every living thing needs to make ATP in order to get things done. Where does this happen? Kind of depends on what sort of cell you are. In prokaryotes, respiration happens in the cytoplasm. In eukaryotes, it happens in the mitochondria. And remember, this is because prokaryotes don't have membrane-bound organelles. The mitochondria is a membrane-bound organelle, and so prokaryotes, every reaction happens in the cytoplasm. And so respiration is no different.